Today, we're diving into a tool that could totally change the game for how you interact with information. It's called Google's NotebookLM, and it promises to turn all your documents into your own personal expert. Let's just kick things off with a wild idea. What if that 50-page research paper or that super dense company report could just, well, talk to you? Imagine it just turning itself into a summary video or an audio overview you could listen to on your commute. Sounds a bit like sci-fi, doesn't it? Well, it's a lot closer than you might think.
I mean, we've all been there, right? Staring at a screen totally buried under a mountain of documents, just trying to pull out the important stuff. It's a huge time suck, and let's be real, it can be incredibly overwhelming. That feeling of information overload is a serious problem for pretty much everyone, from students to professionals.
And that's exactly where NotebookLM steps in. The best way to think about it is like your own personal AI research assistant. But here's the crucial part, and you really got to get this. It is not a search engine that scours the whole internet. Nope, it's a specialist that works only with the documents, notes, and links that you give it. It becomes an expert in your material.
The first thing you'll probably notice is the design. It's super clean, it's minimalist, and it's all about focus, no distractions. The whole point of the interface is to get you from a messy pile of sources to crystal clear insights as fast as possible.
Okay, so how does this whole thing actually work? Well, the magic behind NotebookLM is an approach called grounded AI. And getting started is incredibly simple. First, you just upload your sources, PDFs, Google Docs, you can even throw in web links and YouTube videos. Then you just start a conversation with it, asking questions in plain English, just like you're talking to a person. From there, NotebookLM generates all this new content based only on what you've provided. And this really highlights the key difference. A regular search engine casts this huge, wide net across the entire web, which, let's be honest, can bring back a lot of irrelevant stuff. NotebookLM is totally different. Think of it more like a synthesizer, doing a super deep dive only into the material you've given it. And that means the answers you get are always focused and always in context.
And here's the part that builds trust. It's running on Google's really powerful Gemini 1.5 Pro model. But what does that actually mean for you? Well, it means every single answer it gives you is backed up by a citation. It literally links you directly back to the specific spot in your own document. This is how it solves that infamous AI hallucination problem, where an AI just makes stuff up. This ensures the information is actually reliable. But NotebookLM is so much more than just a Q&A tool. This is where it goes from being just a smart research assistant to a seriously powerful content creation engine.
We're talking way beyond simple summaries here. You can ask it to create a study guide, a timeline of events, a briefing doc for your boss, or even infographics. But the most groundbreaking features, honestly, are its ability to create entire video presentations and even podcast-style audio overviews, just from your text. And its audio feature is not your standard, boring, robotic text-to-speech. No way. Instead of just reading text, NotebookLM uses two AI hosts that have a natural, conversational discussion. This is a huge deal for auditory learners. The AI analyzes the themes, identifies the key points, and even asks clarifying questions, turning a really dense document into an engaging discussion. That same intelligence applies to making presentations. You get to choose what kind of slide deck you need. You can get a detailed deck, which gives you a comprehensive version with all the text, perfect for emailing someone or just reading on your own. Or you can choose presenter slides, which creates a much more visual deck with just the key talking points, all ready for you to present in a meeting or a classroom.
Okay, this all sounds pretty great in theory, but how does it actually change the way we work and learn in the real world?
Just think about the possibilities for a second. A student can turn a dense paper into an instant study guide. A content creator can feed it a bunch of articles and get a solid draft script for a video. A business analyst can take a 100-page report and turn it into a 10-slide presentation for an executive briefing. The tool just adapts to whatever you need it to be. And here's why this whole text-to-audio thing is so powerful. A study from Stanford's Digital Learning Lab found that audio-based learning can help professionals process information 3 times faster than reading. 3 times. By turning these passive documents into active audio and video, NotebookLM taps directly into more efficient ways for our brains to actually learn.
So, what does a tool like this really mean for the future of how we all handle information? Let's zoom out and look at the big picture.
At the end of the day, the real power here isn't just in the cool summaries, it's in the trust.
In an age of AI where we're all a bit worried about hallucinations or made-up facts, having every single answer grounded in and cited from your own material is an absolute game changer. It builds the foundation of reliability.
So the bottom line is this. NotebookLM tackles some major pain points. It gives you back your time, it cuts through the noise of information overload, but I think the most important thing is that it transforms your static passive documents, all those PDFs and reports just sitting in your folders, into active, dynamic assets that you can interact with, learn from, and create with.
So this kind of leaves us with one final thought. All those documents you have stored on your drives right now contain a ton of value and untapped knowledge. The question is no longer just what's inside them, but how are you going to choose to unlock it?